Look, I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, call it audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the game over with the showstopper. So hot, you gotta blow on it. I said I'll huff and I'll puff, then I'll pass to my left while I'm looking to my right. Hit him right in the chest. It be looking like magic, better give me the throne. I ain't talking about Patrick, but I rep my home. I'm never at the end of my zone. I'm bad to the bone, eating up these pig skins like they chicharrones. And you a douche cabron. Mira, mira at the mirror on the wall. I'm the greatest of them all. They gon' put me in the hall. Your name is only written in a bathroom stall. Quit your stalling and make a play. My drive too long. Pop the clutch. I don't pop the brake.
And welcome to the Texans Fan Battle Podcast. As you know, last week I introduced you to our newest team member. So welcome to the amazing trio. I am your host, A1 Day 1 Texans, Matthew Briggs. And with me, I got my A1 since day one, Mr. Crenshaw. Say what's up to the folks.
What's the deal? What's the deal?
And our newest member coming in strong, I got Mr. V. Say what's up to the folks.
What's up? How's it going?
Well, guys, we're supposed to have call it a spade. We're supposed to have the Dolphins on today to talk to the matchup, but he's probably busy with his other podcast, but I get it. Not upset at all. So we're just going to do a surprise training camp podcast. But till then, we're going to talk some NFL news. I'm going to start off with some kind of disturbing. Today it was released that Frank Gore has video of him dragging a woman down the hallway after supposedly beating her. Never a good sign. As you can tell with Ray Rice, Kareem Hunt is kind of the lesser of the evil. He's still playing, but I'll start off with you, V. What do you think? What's your opinion on it?
Well, the interesting fact is, in the beginning, all we heard was that it was a simple assault charge, and then we found out that he was pulling her by her hair when she was naked.
I forgot the naked part, but yeah.
And down the hallway of a hotel. So it sounded a lot worse, obviously, from the first report. So we don't necessarily know exactly what happened, but once we know that part, I mean, obviously nothing good. So we're going to see what happens as the details come through. But if that is reality, if what we're hearing is true, that he did that, then obviously there's nothing more than you can say except, damn, Frank, what you doing? I mean, too much to say about that.
I guess he was disappointed in his boxing career against men, and I guess he wanted to do women. So, but
oh god,
Crenshaw,
Yeah,
tell me, brother.
I think that's what happened. She was making fun of him. That who he fought? Who did he fight? Nate Robinson?
I think it was Nate Robinson. I know he got knocked out.
Yeah, knocked out. She was making fun of him, and he just went psycho on him, man. Maybe it's the CTE kicking in, but that's a bad look, man. You don't need to put no hands, no woman, dragging him out. That's just dumb right there.
Yeah,
So that's a bad.
man. Like don't get me wrong, the whole situation is fucked up, but come on, man. Like, you really gonna do that to that woman?
And also, he got to think about it. Now, this is messing up your Hall of Fame chances. Because now the voters going to be like, nah, we remember what happened in 2022. Nah, we're not going to vote you in. And this guy was the first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So that's a dumb move by him.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he was first ballot, but he was a Hall of Famer. But this, bro,
I think it was first ballot, man. They loved him. I mean, he played for so long.
He's low key the top 8 all time rushers. So, like, I didn't know that until I started looking. I
thought he was higher than that.
See, like, that's like a Curtis Martin. Like, you never knew he was on the all time list. You're like, well, fuck. All right, I'll see.
I mean, he's been in the league for so long. Honestly, if you didn't tell me, I actually would have thought he was 6. Honestly, like off the top of my head, but
that's the thing, though. Too, yeah, he's been in the league, but he's been pretty dominant. I mean, he wasn't making 1,000 yards every year, but 800, 900 in the passing era,
real consistent,
consistently. Yeah. That's pretty good, but. I know we don't have to say it, but in this time of day, we do have to say it. In this era, we do not condone any type of physical violence, mental violence, any kind of that against women. We totally disapprove of his actions. I was a fan until the day. Like, can't be same thing where it's like you can't be caught. I'm not. Let me rephrase that. You shouldn't be doing period. But on video, man, come on, bro. That's just like
just walk away.
Right.
We all been there. We all got heated with our significant other. Just walk away. It's not worth it, man.
Like, I mean, if you could walk away on a football field, you can walk away in the hotel room easily.
Well, that's what he should have went to the gym and hit a punching bag. That's what he should have did.
Right.
There you go.
Right. Like, this woman thinks I'm not a good fighter, but I'm gonna go to the gym and show what's up and stuff. But I also think they said that he might have been under the influence of either alcohol or drugs. So,
I mean, I would believe that because that's not something I would consider that is normal for him. So, I would assume that he was either drunk or something. But obviously, it's no excuse. But still,
before we go to the next subject, we got a comment. What's up, guys? Looking forward to a great show. Well, you turn to the right place because we always got the flaming hot Cheetos ready. It's going to be a great show. Moving on to the next one, we got running back. We got beast mode. I don't know if anybody's seen the pictures.
I did.
But, man, looked like he got beat up by Frank Gore. Like, that dude looked terrible, man. And in the memes, like it's not a laughing situation. I get it. The dude messed up, but the memes is just. Have y'all seen them yet?
I've seen the memes.
One said that he was trying to run home, but got in the car and looking to pass home, but got intercepted instead.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, man, y'all gonna do that to the boy? Like, that's kind of fucked. Chris, I'll start with you, man. What's your thoughts?
I think that's beast mode being beast mode. I mean, it's just like he got to be in the news. If he ain't in the news, something's wrong. I was tripping there. They say he was the car had 3 wheels, right?
I didn't see that part,
wheels?
but I mean,
he said that the rims on one of the tires, I think, came off or something like that. I mean, the dude was high. I mean, it was obvious the dude was high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because his face showed looked high, man. They always catch those mug shots and tweet them out. It'd be like the worst pictures ever, man.
Yeah. But oh man. B, what's your thoughts?
My thought is, here's a case of just another dude, unfortunately, making a bad decision. He could have easily called an Uber. I mean, he's rich enough, obviously. He didn't need to be driving. I don't understand, frankly, whether you're a football player or not. If you're intoxicated, everyone has an iPhone, Android, or whatever. Just pick up just pick it up an Uber. No one needs to be driving if they're intoxicated. That's what he should have been doing, and now he's going to pay the consequences, unfortunately.
It's a pride thing. They don't want to call for help. They're like, "Oh, I got it. I'm okay. Ain't nothing wrong with me." That's what that is. But he should, like you said, he should have called an
Uber. Real quick, we had a comment. He had a Skittle attack. I don't think he had a Skittle attack. I think he had a Skittle laced with something because that dude was thrown like
he had a Skittle rush. He had that sugar rush.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna look like he went to a Willie Nelson, Wiz Khalifa concert, whatever. I mean, that dude was gone. But yeah, we do not condone this kind of behavior. I agree with Crenshaw and B. Like, guys, you drink or drive or get high and drive. It don't matter. Uber. I mean, there's also a lot of free platforms that people and even in NFL. I know. Who was Eddie George? Eddie George made it where you could call a number and somebody pick you up wherever you're at. So, like, I mean, come on, guys, you're making millions and millions of dollars in endorsements, and you got kids look up to you. I mean, I don't know how many kids.
Where was his friends there? He was solo,
right?
He had no buddies with him, no entourage, nothing.
Bro, you know how it is. Like Chris Brown said, those hoes ain't loyal, man. Like, if you're not on top of it, they're like, "Fuck you, man. You go home. We're good."
Damn.
I'll,
It's a problem with an entourage. It's
right.
usually all essentially yes men. So they're not gonna.
Yeah. Look at Mike
They're not
Tyson.
gonna.
I mean, that's the guy, greatest example for entourage. You gotta be careful who you run around with. Same thing with that Raiders receiver,
Ruggs,
Armand.
Henry Ruggs.
Ruggs. Yeah, like a
Oh, Ruggs.
there was like 6 or 8 people that went there with him, and still let him leave. Like, bro, you're not a friend. Like, you just let that man ruin his life. I don't care who you are. Like, that's fucked up to me. But that's just me. Going on, got other training camps besides the Texans. We got some struggling rookies out of Pittsburgh. Pickett has been named the third string quarterback. The quarterback out of Tennessee Titans, Malik Willis, third string quarterback, and the Minnesota's running back for his brother. Can't think of his name. Went to Buffalo.
Oh, Cook.
Cook. They're saying that he might be the third, fourth string running back up there in Buffalo. So, guys, I'll shoot with you. What's your thought on these struggling rookies, and you just think it's all hype, or is there something to it?
So I'll start with Malik Willis for a moment. So when I was watching Liberty games, one of the things that I've noticed, even back when he was in college, let alone training camp, was his biggest issue was that he would only go through his first read. And then if his first read wasn't there, he'd try to run. And then what he would do is if he couldn't run, he would just throw it anyway, and it would land up an interception. That's essentially what his number one problem was. He never went through his reads. So that is something that they have not been able to fix, and that's still part of his issue. He does not go through his progressions, and again, his first thing to do is I'm gonna use my legs. Now, they're stacking the box, you can't, and so he's like, I got to get rid of it, and he doesn't just throw it away. He actually still tries to make a pass, and again, that's an interception. That hasn't changed. That's going to take development. The kid has athletic ability, but he's got to now develop the smartness that goes along with that. Now, I do believe he'll get it. I do think it's going to take him a couple of years. They said they're going to redshirt him. I don't think we're going to see him on the field at all. Perhaps maybe some preseason games, but we're not going to see him in a single in a regular season game at all. I'll talk about Pickett now. Now, Pickett, I actually said that pre-draft that he was the most NFL-ready quarterback in the class, and I still believe that. In most of the camps, he actually did quite poor. Just in the past 2 camps, though, there have seen some progression. So I am higher on Pickett right now of all the struggling rookies. I'm still kind of high on Pickett. I do think that he can pick it up. I think it's just him getting to NFL speed. I think he will pick it up faster than, say, Malik Willis. And I think we may see him on the field, because if Mitch doesn't do well in the first 4 to 6 games, I don't think Tomlin is just going to let Trubisky just go. I think he will put him out there if necessary. Now, of course, we will probably see him play something in preseason, and I think we may get a better idea. Right now, we're just, it's just camp. Right. So we'll see what goes on with there. With Cook, I think, the thing with there is because Josh Allen has wheels himself, if a running back isn't going to do a few, they can just run an RPO. They can do a lot of things with Josh Allen. They don't need a struggling running back. Now, they do eventually have to fix that, because you can't do that long-term with Josh Allen. You don't want to destroy his career by just, letting him run all the time. I mean, it's just going to make him, instead of a 12 or 13-year career, an 8-year career. So they will have to fix that down the road. But that is not going to be their biggest concern, because they know that if obviously they're in win-man mode, they can use him that way. So I don't think that's really a big concern for Buffalo at this point.
Well, plus, I mean, I can't think of the other guy's name, but I don't think Singletary is a long-term answer. I just don't think he's that great of a running back. He's more of a backup running back community kind of guy, so you do have to plan for that. Grimshaw, speak to me, brother. You got your Cheetos out? Not yet?
No, I don't got them out.
Not yet.
Well, those are unofficial depth charts, and
right.
What I've heard, Cook was having a great camp, just like Pierce was having a great camp. They got him as third string running back. I think that Cook's going to be running back number 1 at the start of the
I can see that too. Right, I can see that too.
Yeah.
Same thing with, we'll get into that, but same thing with Pierce. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and Malik Willis. Yeah, I've never been a fan of Malik Willis. I mean, I'm not a fan of a guy that. Okay, there's nothing wrong with leaving an SEC school, but don't go to Liberty.
Mm.
I mean, you can go to Mississippi State, Arkansas. You can go to none of those schools. You go to Liberty. So it's like you ran for competition for a lower competition. So I've never been a fan of Malik Willis.
And his numbers.
Texas would have wanted him.
Right. And he wasn't that great at Liberty. Like, he was good, but if you're playing, like, Liberty's not, they don't play no very good schools at all. His schedule wasn't that great, and he put okay numbers up. Like, if you're a fantastic quarterback, you're putting up fantastic stats. His numbers were like, okay. Like, he was putting up numbers that he would play in the SEC against that type of competition to me. So I mean, like, you're playing to your level, and that's
you could have went to Missouri,
KU,
somewhere.
like any team,
Yeah, I mean, but what it is, he had those Sports Center plays every now and then, so it's like a wow factor. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Malik, what is this? Malik, what is that?" I don't think he's that good.
I'm just glad he didn't come to U of H. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, and then Pickett. I mean, it's on that team right there. Since that's a dominant franchise, you're gonna prove a lot, especially to Mike, that you're capable just of being the number 2 quarterback. So he gotta just have his time. But I'm with V. V stand for victory. I'm with V. I think he was the most NFL rated quarterback because he's played 5 years at his school, right? Played 5 years in college.
I believe it was 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 years. So I mean, he's learned a lot. Very, very smart. So I don't know if he's going to see the field this year, but I think next year he'll be fighting for a starting spot if they don't re-sign Trubisky.
Well, and that's the thing, though. Like, there's a reason why Mike Tomlin hasn't missed the playoffs. What was it been? 12 years, 13 years, or some
15,
crazy?
15, I believe, right?
Well, it's some crazy stat. Like, it's amazing stat. There's a reason. He knows.
It was playoffs or it was happening?
Oh no, not
over 500
playoffs.
Over 500.
Yeah, it's been 500.
Over 500, right? Yeah. Thank you for over 500. But still, that's still a good.
Yeah, it's great. That's great. Yeah.
But that's to him as a coach. Like, he knows who to bring around him. He knows who to set up his players for success. So I think Tomlin. I agree with you guys. I think Tomlin will help pick it out. My opinion on Willis, I just don't think he is a starting quarterback. I'm not going to get hate on Twitter for this. Saying when I said it on Twitter, they said I had the wrong skin color to be saying that, but it's true.
They always go there. They always
right. Because I guess because I'm white, I don't know nothing about football. But the dude can't throw left. Like, his percentage, even in Liberty, is 30-something% completed throwing left. Like, that's not good. At Liberty, it's not good, bro. Like, you want him to throw right the whole game? I mean, Robert Woods is going to be the only one eating. That rookie is going to be mad and one out like AJ Brown. Like, I don't think he's a backup quarterback. Maybe, who knows? I just don't. And you got Tim Kelly teaching him, like, bro, all he's gonna be doing is drawing screens. Like, here you go, Derrick Henry. Here you go, Haskins. Like, bro, you really think this man's gonna improve with Tim Kelly? Like, come on now. We all seen what Mills did when he actually learned from Pep and kind of pushed Tim Kelly to the side. He was the best I don't care what people say. He was the best quarterback out of that rookie class at the second half. Like, if you put him on any other the Patriots, you put him anywhere else, you put him on the Patriot squad, they're only losing 4 or 5 games easily.
Yeah, you put him on the Patriot squad, they still make the playoffs.
Right.
They still make the playoffs. So
I think his stats would be I see 4,000 yards, 38 touchdowns, and maybe 12 interceptions. Like, rookie of the year easily. I mean, if Jamar Chase didn't have that crazy ass year last year.
Yeah.
So, and Pro Bowl for sure. Even though it's a popularity contest, I think Mills catches it. But that's just me. Guys, any other NFL news before we come and talk? What we're here for?
Well, there was something that I know people mistakenly thought that Tampa lost their second center, but it ended up being nothing major. It was just ended up being apparently cramps because of dehydration.
Yeah, he pulled a LeBron James.
Yes, so he's actually good to go. Just needed to drink more water. So that was it for Tampa. I know there was a scare going on using your second starting center, so that would have been bad. I will say, I think I was mistaken before. I will say that I really thought that Julio, when Tampa picked up Julio, I was like, what's he going to get? Is he going to stay healthy? Is he going to do more than 500 yards? I'm kind of second guessing myself now and saying that, it's Tom Brady out there. If he could stay just a little bit healthy, I think the Duke could have another 1,000-yard season. I think he may be a fantasy target, frankly. Julio Jones could look like he's in his prime again if he can stay healthy. Because in the beginning, what my thinking was, what they would do is kind of use him towards the later half of the season. But from my understanding now, Evans isn't at 100%. Godwin isn't at 100%. That's such a Julio Jones. Julio is their healthiest receiver essentially at this point. So if that stays, we got under 30 days left until kickoff of the regular season. If that stays, I think Julio can see a lot of targets, and he should be considered as a pickup on when you're drafting for fantasy, frankly.
I already got in my back of my head. If he's there the last 2 or 3 picks, I'm going to pick him up just because of the unknown factor. Chris, any news before we talk about what's important?
Just Khalil Mack trying to get Odell to come to Buffalo.
Yeah, I saw that. I also seen that. I also see Matt Ryan trying to get him to come to Indianapolis too. So
I think you should.
But last I heard,
if he don't stay with the Rams, go back to Buffalo. Go to Buffalo. That'd be a good move for him.
Mm-hmm. Last I heard is he's not playing until like November, December. So I mean, it's going to be a team that's that knee injury.
Okay.
But I forgot one. We all know it because it happened in the past. But for those who don't know, I live here in Kansas City, so I have to hear nothing but sucky ass Kansas City Chiefs talk, and everybody up here is blowing up that Justin Reed kicked a 60-yard field goal in practice. I was like, bro, been
He's
there,
done that before.
done that. Like, it's nothing special. Like, move on. Like, he's not going to kick ever. They got one of the greatest kickers there in Kansas City anyway. So, like, barring a horrific injury, dude's never going to kick it. Like, I don't know what the deal is. But I guess they're all retweeting that Madden that his kicking accuracy and power is to be in the 80s. Like, why does it matter about? You know what I mean? Like, but moving on, fellas, to the reason why we're here. Training camp is still amongst us. Saturday, the 12th, correct? Is our first game against the Saints, or is it Sunday?
The 13th. The 13th.
Is on Sunday?
Oh, my bad. It's on Saturday.
It's on Saturday?
It's the 13th. Okay. That's the 13th, right?
I thought it was
Saturday the 13th. Right?
Someone look at a calendar.
Yeah, I'm pulling on my
I just know
right
Saturday.
Pulling on my calendar right now. I think it
is
13th.
Saturday. Yeah, 13th. Yeah, Saturday 13th. Yeah.
Well, we're almost there for I mean, I know we all know that the starters are probably not going to see the field, which I'm okay with. But training camp, we added 2 new players. I'm drawing a blank on his first name, but we got him from Miami for a 6th round. We got 7th round pick and Shaheen. I don't know his first name.
I think it's Adam Shaheen.
Yes, Adam Shaheen from the Dolphins, the tight end. It looks like Claire was injured today, right?
Yeah,
or a different tight end.
Yeah, no, it was him. Yeah, it was him. He's hurt, banged up.
Yeah. Oh well, I guess he got hurt yesterday, and they announced it today. But yeah, so it seems like it was an injury move. Most likely not going to make the team when it comes down to cut time. Crenshaw, you always have the good stuff. What's up with it? What do you think?
Well, I don't really know too much about this guy. When I looked at his film, he looked trash, and I was shocked he was a 2nd round pick. I'm like, he was a 2nd round pick.
He was a 2nd round pick?
Yeah,
from Chicago.
From
Chicago picked him up.
I'm like, what did they see I didn't watch his college film. I just watched NFL film. Maybe I didn't go watch his college film and see what's
I
up. But I don't think they're going to cut him though. I think he's going to make the team. I don't think they're going to cut him.
I must have
I
been
think it's going to
pulling.
make the team.
I must have been pulling a Marshawn Lynch and something. I must have been high or something while because I thought it said 7th round, 2nd round pick for this guy.
Second round. Yeah, second round pick. I don't know. Maybe they was like how Bill O'Brien when he dropped back-to-back tight ends. Maybe they was like, okay, let's get this guy.
Or maybe it's the same year. Like, all right, you got Mitch Trubisky, you got Patrick Mahomes, or Deshaun Watson. Who do you want? Oh, we'll take Mitch. Okay, well, 2nd round. Who do you want? Oh, we'll take this tight end that we can probably get undrafted. We'll take him. Like,
yeah, I don't understand that right there. But like I say, I don't know. Like I say, I don't know much about him. I mean, I'm assuming he can help. I'm assuming he's a better blocker than the guys we have right now. Like I said, I saw him catch a couple of balls, but I mean,
I am hearing that he is more for the pass blocking, but when looking up his stats, he only played 4 games 2021, not last year, but the year before last. He got over 146 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, 4 games, not terrible, but not bad. You know what I mean? V, what do you think?
So here's what I think. Adam Shaheen is large. He's 6'7", 260 pounds. So he's a big dude. So I think a lot of it can be developed. His size is great. That's part of it. If you see when he actually like got those TDs or when he goes on runs, when he actually is a receiving threat, he can truck over dudes. That's one of the things that he can do just because he's that big of a dude. So I think if you put him in proper situations like red zone, etc., that he can be successful there. I think he is essentially the Auclair replacement because Auclair is going to be released because of his injury. So I think that's the reason why we got him. And I think that, you use a dude that's big. In those situations, he can be a help. I do think that he's not going to be TE1, he's not going to be TE2, but could be the rotational / backup. If we're going to do 2 tight end sets, you're going to need some decent backups out there, and that's what we have. You put Farrah and Brevin out there, well, then who's going to back him up? And you got to rotate. So I think it's a good. We spent a 6th round for him. So worst case scenario, he doesn't work out for us. It's a 6th round pick. It's not the end of the world.
Right.
So
most of them get cut anyways. I mean, very rare does a 6th or 7th round like make the team as a splash. I mean, I know Garrett Waller was looking good and he was a 6th round, but
right. I mean, we had 3 6th round. We had 3 6th round picks as well. So we gave one of them up. So I'm not. I do think it was a decent pickup. I will say that when you do look at his blocking, he gets beat a lot on blocking, but I think that's pure development. And I think that we potentially could fix that when it comes to him.
So both of y'all say we're not going to cut him.
No.
So
I mean, it makes no sense to trade him and then cut him in a couple of weeks.
Lawson last year, Zach Lawson, traded him for him and cut him at the end of the preseason. I mean, Casario don't care no more. He's one of those GMs like, hey, look, you got to go. And like B said, 6th round, you got a 7th round out of it. I mean, I can see it, but I mean, you got Farrah Brown, Brevin Jordan, Green. We picked up.
U of H.
U of
the undrafted guy. Yeah.
They want B. You're right. They could cut a Claire for his injury, but if they don't, if they want, I know they like him there. They could keep him. So, I mean, that's 5 tight ends right there. Who knows? We still got 3 more weeks of studying to do. We don't want to be we don't want to be the Larry Staffords of the Texans. Stupid claims. Also today we had I'm dropping the ball, guys, but we had that running back that got hurt. Anybody know his name?
Darius. Yeah. Darius Anderson got hurt. Yeah.
There you go.
Another guy that was in the news.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
But that stuff did get dropped.
I was about to say that stuff got dropped, did it not?
Yeah.
Got
dropped.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. I ain't gonna lie
to you. And the team stuck with him. That was surprising.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that tells you all these delusional Deshaun Watson fans are just idiots. Like they would want to say we're setting them up. It's just come on, but let's not bring that up. with him being down, we signed the ex Tampa Bay USSFL. I hope I said or USFL player BJ Emmons. Kind of looked at his time over there at that league. He wasn't bad. It looked like he could run the ball. So, I mean, I know he's not going to be running back 1, 2, 3, or 4, but B, I'll start with you. What do you think?
I think this is great. I've also been I'll be a little biased here, not just as a Texans fan, but I've been a dude that has been watching the USFL quite intently. And one of the things that I love about the USFL is that it can be an avenue for these dudes that wouldn't be in the NFL to show what they have to do and come back. Now, honestly, when I was watching USFL and we had all these discussions on Twitter and Space and stuff, people said, well, you're so high on this. Why? I said, look, we get 5 dudes in the NFL from the USFL I consider success. We have now about 30 dudes from the USFL that have now come to the NFL.
The XFL was the same way before it got closed down for COVID. I mean, look at PJ Walker. He went and started for the Panthers. I mean, there's some good. I think this USFL and this XFL will be great for like a minor league or football. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I'm happy about it, because I want to see guys get a second shot. The other thing is I think he can be a decent backup running back. The dude definitely showed what he could do at the Bandits, Tampa Bay Bandits. So he can run, and he's obviously a depth guy. We're not talking about this dude is not a starter, but he's a depth guy, and I think that's what we got him for. So there's no complaints there. I'm pretty happy with the pickup, and hopefully we see him some preseason action with them.
Crenshaw?
Don't know much about him. Hopefully he gets some burn in the fourth quarter on Saturday, so I could see. I need to watch some film on him, but like V said, those guys need chances. Then we get another guy from USFL, like a Nigerian guy or something that we got doing it.
We do have it wasn't from USFL. I don't know if the same guy you're talking about. He was born in Nigeria, but he's actually from the UK. He won't count against the roster. So he's not from USFL, but it's essentially a program where we have one international person. So it's only a certain amount of teams that get him every year. We were awarded him this year. So I don't know what we'll actually see out of him, because he hasn't necessarily been around that much, because he's actually been doing camps in Africa and stuff like that. So we'll see, if he actually sees the field. I think he's more of a practice squad guy. We're gonna develop him, and we might see something out later. But the thing is, we can, because he doesn't count at the roster, we could just keep him if we really want to. I mean, that's a great part of it. It's an extra body, right? So.
All right, guys. Well, moving on to the training camp itself. Looks like the defense is getting to Davis Mills. He's kind of rallying through a couple picks yesterday and today. Texans Twitter, bunch of idiotics thinking he's going to tank, and we're going to have to go get Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. V, I'll start with you. What was your thoughts on training camp? Give me your high and give me your low.
So, all right. Overall, and if I'm just talking about Davis Mills here, Davis Mills did get picked off by Stingley. So first of all, it's a high that Stingley is going out there, giving out what he got, because he's been on a pitch count before. He's been held back before. I've seen him when he was playing, and he didn't seem as fast as I'm used to seeing at college. That's different now. He seems to be coming back a little stronger. So the fact that he was able to get a pickup is really, really awesome, frankly. The one thing to note is Davis Mills, you're going to pick me off once, you ain't going to do that again. So he never threw this towards Stingley at all again. So he learns. All right, you do that to me. All right, I'm out with you. I'll figure out what else to do. He had some really great throws to Brandon Cooks. Some cool throws to Nico Collins. So they did a simulated one on. I think it was a 4th and 10 simulation on the 18th yard line. He threw right to Cooks. Great throw. Right in the bread basket. Beautiful. Led him to the right on the end zone. It's exactly how you want him to be in those situations. We know that's what he can do, because he led the NFL in red zone inaccuracy. So I think that's something that we'll continue to see. So I'm actually very happy what I've seen with Davis Mills at camp, frankly. There are some negatives where people are saying that he's been checking down a lot and you're not seeing a lot of the longer passes. But frankly, the way that the thing is, you need consistency, right? What we had before was we're going to do run screen and then we play hero ball. Please throw for 40, 50 yards to get down on your 3rd and 10 so we can so we can actually move the ball down the chains. Now we're going to have some consistency. Move it 5, 6 yards, keep going, and then when you get the chance, throw that bomb. And that's what we're seeing from Davis Mills. And I think that's actually what you want to see.
Right. Well, if you look, Pep Hamilton's last teams, the Colts and the Chargers. When he was the Colts, Andrew Luck did the same thing. Frank Gore, he actually had a lot of receiving yards. He had a Pro Bowl year with the Colts. Austin Eckler has made his name because of checkdowns. Like and my thing is, like you said, playing let's run the ball 2 times and let's throw a screen and let's play hero ball. That puts the stress on the defense. Oh, let's go back on the field. Let's not give up any points in the first half. But by the second half comes, we're so gassed, we're going to give up 20, 30 points. Like, people don't realize how good our defense was in the first half. Like, we had one of the highest DVOA. I mean, we turnovers tremendously turned around from the year before. Defense
we were
good.
8th place. We were 8th place in terms of takeaways last year.
We just couldn't extend the drive. So if my quarterback's extending the drive by checkdowns, and in my opinion, we have the best rookie catching ball out of the backfield, David Pierce, and Rex Burkhead. Rex Burkhead is also known for in New England for checkdowns. Like, why y'all freaking out about it? But it was Crenshaw. You're high, you're low. What is it, brother?
Well, I mean, I know I don't look at every other fan base Twitter like I look at our Twitter, but our Twitter act like that if Mills gotta have a great practice every day.
Practice, right?
Like
right.
he's human. Like, I want him to make mistakes. I want to learn from him. I mean, last week he didn't throw no picks,
and they still hating. And still
hating. This week he threw a pick and another pick. Oh man, I told you this, I told you that, like that. I'm like, golly, man. Like, when y'all gonna let it go, man?
The bad thing, Larry and Stafford was there, and
that day
shut up about it.
Yeah,
like,
that
dude.
day, yeah. See, like I've said last year, and I'm talking to V on this one. Like I said last year, V, they don't want a white guy to dethrone Deshaun Watson legacy. And that's why they so hard on him. That's why they want CJ and Bryce next year, because they want another brother there. So if Davis Mills is good, they don't want to admit it. Like, they want him to be bad, so bad, so they say, see, we told you.
Or they want us to trade for Lamar Jackson, which, I mean,
that's what it is.
We're still in a rebuild. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why they nitpicking on everything he does. Everything's a nitpick. Oh man, like, say a check down. Okay, if it's a check down, as long as the stick's moving, I'm okay with it.
Exactly.
But they're gonna complain about that. They're gonna complain about this. Oh man, he's only going to his first read. He's not going through his reads. Oh man, he's holding the ball too long. The deep ball accuracy is not good. I'm like, golly, my goodness. Are you sure he's a third-round pick? Are you sure he's a third-round pick, or he's a first-round pick?
I don't want to hear anything about holding the ball long from any Houston Texans fan. Deshaun Watson, for his career here with Houston, held the ball in 7.3 seconds, an average. You cannot
make excuses for him. They're gonna make excuses for him.
Yeah, I know they are.
He gets scapegoated.
Second coming to Jesus, but
he gets scapegoated. He does no wrong, but Mills, everything. You remember last year in camp, they were saying, man, this is the worst rookie they ever seen in their life. This was on 6'10" said this. I'm like, golly, the worst rookie you ever seen?
I'll give this a 6'10" and 7 whatever. There or 9 whatever. The other one I can't think of right now. But 790. They're actually pro Mills. Let me rephrase that. Half of them are pro Mills, which is complete turnaround. You still got your idiots who say Mills is complete trash, but obviously they don't know nothing about football.
That's Ron. Ron don't like
Ron,
Mills.
yeah, that guy's
Well,
idiot.
let me say one thing about 790. What I find interesting. All right, so for the longest time, Jake Asman was kind of iffy about Mills, and now he's kind of saying that Mills could be the Texans' answer. Now, Cody Stutes for a long time was pretty much saying this dude isn't going to cut it. They're going to have to draft a quarterback next year. He's been saying that for a long time. Today was probably the first time that he actually said that even though Mills had not a great camp, was saying because of what he's seen in previous camps, and obviously this is the last time it's a public camp, so there's no more public training camps. So this is the last one that we saw, that he wrote a whole thing about how well that Mills has done throughout the whole camp.
Right.
So
right, yeah.
even Cody Stutes. So now two of them are essentially saying who are anti-Davis Mills or being pro-Davis Mills, which I didn't think we would see. So I'm very happy about that. I mean, honestly, this fan base now has to get behind him because he's shown what he could do.
Look, radio commentators do. They do sometimes, especially ones who've been ex-players. They do have some good takes. They do know football to an extent. But when we have players like RG3, the linebacker from Van Noy from the Patriots, Pat McAfee himself say that this guy is a legit quarterback. I'm going to kind of go their way. I'm not going to listen to Chris Sims because he's complete trash, and there's no way he's number 38 quarterback in the league. Like, you're putting Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett over Mills. You're Marshawn Lynch right now. You're high as fuck. Like, there's nothing to it. As just like Crenshaw said, nobody wants him to succeed to Deshaun Watson. But he's not even the greatest Texan quarterback, guys. Matt Schaub has done the same.
Yes. How I became a Texans fan, yes.
Matt Shaw's been 2-time Pro Bowler, a Pro Bowl MVP. Deshaun only once. Never been All-Pro. Stats are similar. Like, how can this man be deemed the great? He's no Andre Johnson.
Matt Shaw got us our most wins in the season with 12. You know,
our first playoff. Yeah. Well, I mean, he got hurt, but he still helped us get the first half of the season. We were 7-3 when he got hurt. Exactly. I mean, the hate Matt Schaub gets too is like, God.
Matt Schaub get the hate. He get the hate because of how it ended. Right. But he had like 6 pick sixes in a row.
Yeah.
And so they ran him out of town. So that's all they think about, those pick sixes. And I think about the glory years. I think about the pick sixes.
Gary, in my opinion, Gary Kubiak kind of ruined him because of the play scripting. I mean, once you're going to throw kind of like Tim Kelly did last year, once you do a run, pass, screen, they're going to know it. And I think that play scripted kind of hurt Schaub, and he just went down.
You know, some else
and that injuries he never bounced back from either. You know.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you know something else that gets me when I see people say that Deshaun gave the team hope. That shows me that those fans just started watching in 2017. Because we had real Super Bowl contending teams in 2011 and 2012.
That defense was fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, we had a great line. Andre, Leach, Foster. That team gave me hope. The Deshaun team never gave me hope because I've never seen him as the guy to get us there. That Colts game left a bad taste in my mouth. That Colts game,
I'll see your Colts game, that Chiefs game.
Oh,
I'll
God.
your Chiefs game. Like, you're out 24-0. Yes, Bill Bryan did a lot to do with it. I completely agree. Bill O'Brien screwed us. That we shouldn't have went back on fourth. The Chiefs were dingling a piece of cheese in front of our face. There's no way they should drop that many passes and give up that big of a lead, 24-0. But to say he's our glory quarterback and only throw one touchdown after that 24 lead, come on, bro. Like, same thing like DeAndre Hopkins wants to talk trash. But bro, you only had one catch for 3 catches for 40 yards. Like, you didn't do nothing. Don't sit here and talk shit on that game when you're one of the reasons why we lost.
In that game, if he would have done what Josh Allen did, they was going back and forth, because Josh Allen defense let him down, but he still gave them the lead with 5-8 seconds left. Deshaun was I'm like, where is this guy? I'm like, man,
Right.
I mean, I was so hyped. It was 24-0. I was so hyped, man. A tear came down my eye. I'm like, oh my God, man, we're gonna host
Same.
an AFC
Yeah.
championship. We're gonna host one. I'm
Same.
like, wow, man, this is the year. And then it is.
And then
second quarter,
the Oilers memory of giving up the lead against Buffalo came
35-3.
back.
Yep.
Yeah, like, bro, like, I just don't get it because everybody wants to say he's such a great quarterback, but if you look at all his amazing passing games, we're either behind or it was, and they're like, oh, like when Josh Allen, Kirk Cousins, Justin Herbert, when they're behind and they're throwing the ball, I have faith in them. I have faith in them. I never once ever have faith in Deshaun Watson when he got down by 28 points, 21 points, that he was going to come back and win the game. Yeah, he's going to throw for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns, but he's not going to win the game.
See, I think his rookie year spoiled the fan base because that rookie year it was sensational.
I mean, especially against Tennessee when he put up 45 points, you know?
Yeah, in Seattle. I mean, that game, the Patriots game, Kansas City game, I mean, we was averaging 30-some points a game, and then he gets hurt. And I think that's when everybody like, okay, yeah, when he comes back, we about to be that team. And then we started off slow. Like every year we start off slow. You know, we 0-3, then we going on little runs and everything.
I'm not even saying this because of what happened last offseason. But that year, his last year with us as a starter, I lost faith in him because of one reason. Yes, we had a lot. We had a lot of turmoil. Bill O'Brien got fired. Everybody wanted out. It was done. You went 4-12. It doesn't matter if you're a great quarterback, if you're a great leader. It doesn't matter what turmoil. Aaron Rodgers went through it. Peyton Manning went through it, and they still won. Peyton Manning got benched and came back and won a Super Bowl. Yes, it was on the tail ends of the defense, but he still did what he was supposed to, and that's when. Yeah. Just got 4-12. That's all I gotta say. You can't tell me he's this glorified quarterback when we went 4-12. Yes, Davis didn't. Yes, Davis didn't start have most of those wins, but he right now as a Houston Texans quarterback, he has the same amount of wins as Deshaun Watson's last season, 4-12, or 4-13, but still. So go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say a lot of people do give a lot of excuses for that 4-12 season, and I think part of that is because they're holding on to the fact that he won the pass, not won, but he was the passing leader in the league, and they look at that and they think that's what should lead to wins, and that's not always what the case is. And as you mentioned, it's not hard to do that when you're behind, when defenses know, okay, we just got to make sure they don't actually get a TD, but let them just get a field goal. So go ahead, let them pass whatever the hell they want, and then we'll show up a little bit. Like that's what they were doing. They were just making sure he didn't get the ball too far down there, but they weren't really playing hard, almost prevent in an aspect, and so he was able to just throw.
Okay. V, hold on, Matt. So V, what do you think of Jameis Winston and Dak Prescott?
So I think that Prescott has an issue where he makes poor decisions at the wrong times. I think that Winston, however, is not an issue where he just makes poor decisions at certain times. I just think he makes poor decisions overall. Dak Prescott, however, makes poor decisions in certain areas. I actually think he's a damn good quarterback. And frankly, if Mike McCarthy wasn't there, they would have gone farther. I really put a lot of blame on Mike McCarthy.
And Jason more Garrett than I would put it.
Okay. Right. Do you or have you ever looked at either one of those as a top 5 quarterback or a top 3 quarterback?
No.
Okay. Both of those guys won the passing title, but they don't get labeled the same as Deshaun. Deshaun only got labeled that because he won the passing title. And he won a passing title because Patrick Mahomes didn't play the last game. Right. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes was like, what, 50 yards behind him. If he played the last game, he wins it again.
He smashed it.
Right.
Yeah, so that's my thing. Like, okay, you can't cap for Watson, but then don't have the same energy for another guy. See, I think Dak is a pretty good quarterback because he never had a losing record. when he got to that team, they was what 4-12. The first year he went 13-3.
Yeah,
13-3.
and
We threw two interceptions.
Like me and B said, McCarthy and Garrett does not help his improvement at all. Kellen Moore, on the other hand, I think he's a fantastic OC and deserves the head coaching position. But yeah, I think
like I say,
he's top,
he had
top
Garrett,
8, top 10, maybe.
Garrett is Bill O'Brien. They're the same guys. Same guys, but Dak Dak found a way. I mean, that year that he got hurt, man, that guy was on pace for 6,000 yards. Now, he wasn't going to get 6,000 yards, but he was on pace for 6,000 yards. He still was like in the top 10 of passing for like 4 more weeks while he was still hurt, man. He's a baller, man. He's a baller, but you won't have people saying
he was actually in talks for MVP that year. He was in talks for MVP that year.
Man, look, I had him on my fantasy that year, and I was mad that he got hurt. He was balling.
Yeah,
balling, man.
Same here.
It's just crazy how people say certain things about certain quarterbacks, man. I mean, this guy Deshaun, has he ever thrown 35 touchdowns?
No,
I don't think so. I think the most is 33.
He's never hit 30.
Really?
I mean, 30, yeah, 20, 25 and 26, right?
26,
yeah,
26.
You're right. You're right. Yeah.
So how the hell are you a top 3? Because I've heard top 3.
Yeah.
And you ain't even got to 30 touchdowns. You never got to 5,000 yards. You never been an all-pro. Let's give him one of those. You never got none of it, and you get 230 guaranteed.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the coffin.
I will
you busted out the flaming hot Cheetos, like it's spicy.
230 guaranteed.
I just, since you brought up Dak Prescott, I just want to ask you one question. Do you think if they do the trade and they get Sean Payton, do you think that changes the Cowboys team? Because I actually think it would. I think it actually makes them contenders.
Yes.
And that Dak Prescott could win a bowl. Like, he can get a chip.
Oh yeah. And then more people. I mean, people already love to play for Dallas already. But you get Sean Payton, you're gonna get more guys that want to come to Dallas and play for him. I mean, to me, even though I talk my crap about Dallas because I got a lot of Dallas Cowboy homeboys. It's a good ass team. It's a good ass team. It's just I get tired of them bringing up old shit back in the 90s, and this is all year every year. Right. But it's a good ass team, man, and it's been a good team, for a while. But I just, we keep it at that. I just hate the old shit they bring up.
I honestly think he's gonna be the next coming. I was a huge fan of Tony Romo. I think his career got wasted by the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody wants to talk about the Texans ruined careers. The Dallas Cowboys definitely ruined that man's career. Never got him a line until the end of his career, and never got him a running game until the end of his career. And look what he did when you had a running game. When him and Terrell Owens had DeMarcus Murray, or was it DeMarcus? The guy from Oklahoma, he went to the Eagles, but they went 13 and 3.
Yeah, Murray. Yeah, it's Murray. Yeah.
Yeah, we went 13 and 3. Like you never built around, and to me, that's what they're kind of doing with Dak. Like I don't think Elliott is the answer anymore. Pollard maybe. You got to build a defense, and you definitely got to build up your offensive line because it's going back to trash.
And another thing about Dak in the playoffs. He's going toe-to-toe. His rookie year, he went toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers. Should have won that game. And then they lost to the Rams. When he went toe-to-toe with, it was golf, but he still went toe-to-toe in L.A. Then last year against the 49ers, he went toe-to-toe with them. He just had a brain fart at the end, and then, they had no timeouts, and the game was over. Right. He's not going double quarters back-to-back against the Colts and the Kansas City not scoring any points like Deshaun did. That is going to get you some points, whether it's 3 or it's 6.
That Colts game, you can't go a first half without scoring. You can't go first half without moving the ball.
Right.
It's just that's why these Houston Watson fans are condoning to this man of 30 counts of sexual assault. Like, what the fuck is he doing to make you think that? Like, that's wrong. Any human, especially if you're a brother, a father, or an uncle, you're not condoning that, man. Like, that's somebody's child, but you're okay with it. And
it wasn't no film. It wasn't no film,
Right.
and the girls wanted it. And why they just didn't walk out? They could have just walked out the room. That's what they're going.
Well, and why go after Instagram models? Why not go after massage therapists? I mean, come on now. And then
the team has some.
Right. And then when you leave Houston because you're a crybaby win-win, you don't pay your rent on your restaurant, and you cost a lot of
all
people.
of those employees. All the employees just lost their jobs.
I don't care who you are. That's a sick human being. Like you have no regards to people's financial, problems. They're nothing. Like I'm just not gonna pay it. They didn't even know. They went to work the next day, and there's a door on there.
Work and got the note on the door.
Right, you've been evicted. Like, come on, man. Like, I get when he was in college that whole Mia, whatever her name is, that porn star. Everybody thought it was just a joke, but now I'm sitting here like, man, maybe dude was a perv back then. Maybe he was sick minded. Like, I mean, I guess it's just a porn star, but maybe he does have something now that everything's coming together. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe you are. That's
the money, man. It's the money. He feel like he untouchable.
I don't think it's the money. I just think he was just. I think he was playing Where's Waldo, being a perv. Like, I think he just had it well hidden. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it was all a show. Like the whole crying. Oh, I'll always be Houston Texan. I always love you, Houston fans. Like, bro.
And
where's that
then
energy at now?
And then he leave, and then was thank the fans out the door. He couldn't put no
ad
in the newspaper or nothing. He could have said, look. He could have said, look, I don't have nothing to say to the McNairs, but to the fans and the city. Right. It's just all a front. Just like right now. Oh man, he signed an autograph for kids. Man, as soon as he leave y'all, he goes like F y'all.
And he did say something to the fans in his interview, but did he really? He just said, "Oh, thank you." I mean, nothing, like you said, nothing special. Like, it wasn't, to me. He didn't mean it. To me, he's like, fuck you guys. I don't care. I just made $230 million. Like, y'all are nothing but bootlickers. Like, come on, bro. You can't be acting like. That's why I think he's just. I think he's a bad human being. I think him and his agent are perfect for each other. He couldn't pick a better agent. They're both snakes. They're both garbage human beings. I mean, how you gonna say? And that's the thing that tears me up about these Larry Staffers and everybody else. They want to say that the Texans set him up. If the Texans set him up, then why is he in the courtroom saying the Texans knew nothing about it?
Right.
That makes him. He's lying. That makes him even more of a dirtbag.
They missed that part right there. They don't ever bring up that part.
Because look, like, to me, if there's a narrative that the Texans set me up, and I'm going in there and I'm going to lie no matter what, or that is the truth, I'm going to say, yeah, man, Texas, they set me up. They got me a whole bunch of hookers. They got me a whole bunch of Instagram models. They bought me a hotel room. Like, it's already set. There's paperwork right there. He's been set up perfectly.
So I don't know if you guys follow Flema Raps. Do either of you know who I'm talking about? Flema Raps on YouTube at all?
Mm-mm.
All right. So anyway, there's a reason why I'm bringing him up. So he does like really like more in-depth stories about different players and the problems that they've had within the NFL and careers and stuff like that. And he was talking about how much that in the beginning where he was like, I don't think that this is right. I don't think that Watson committed this stuff. And he was like, it was a week before the allegations came out. He had just got his signed Deshaun Watson helmet and all this stuff. And then he said, once all the stories coming out, 1, 6, 8, 16, 22. And then he started looking into all these claims of, these people were friends, like, Busby and Cal were friends. And then he started looking into it. I really advise someone to just look at it. Like, anyone that believes that, go watch that. Because, he brings up lots of things. Like, he put up billboards, right, to draft Johnny Manziel. Well, if you're friends with someone or if you're neighbors with someone, I don't think you got to buy billboards to talk to them. I'm pretty sure you could send a text, go over and ring the doorbell or pick up the phone.
They're not even neighbors. They're in the same neighborhood. So
exactly.
like, that if that's the thing, then I'm neighbor to all kinds of people that I don't like. It's just, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, come on, don't do it.
Right.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
Right.
ahead.
No, and then the other thing is, they got a membership, the Houstonian. What a lot of people don't realize, the Houstonian is a country club. It's a membership. You get the facilities for the gym, you get the facilities for the spa, and yes, they do have a hotel. And they gave that to players, other players, other executives. In fact, when people come visit, they give them the day pass to go there. So that, some people try to bring it up like it's something special that they did for Deshaun Watson. No, they give that perk to everyone. How are they supposed to know what he's actually using it for?
Well,
So
they want to say that they put it in somebody else's name that works there. Well, Crenshaw and B, I don't know if you know, but me and Crenshaw know because we're from Houston. You have to be 25 or older to use that facility. He was not at that time, and that's why they put it in. They didn't know what he was. That's like me giving my my Sam's Club to the neighbor down the street. Say, hey man, go get some groceries, and he robs that place. How's that on me? I didn't know he was gonna go and rob him. I mean,
right.
And so yeah, I agree. It's just
So anyway, at the end of the day, Watson did what he did because he's a pervert. When no one really can be blamed except Deshaun Watson, him and him alone, frankly. So we all Houston Texans fans need to get over that. We need to realize that Deshaun Watson was a perv. He left because he wanted more money elsewhere. He just didn't like the situation. Whatever the reason you could say about like whether we gave up Hopkins, we shouldn't have given up Dwayne Brown. Yeah, we made some bad decisions, but frankly, the dude signed at that time the second biggest quarterback contract at the time, and 4 or 5 months later bounces.
And never played a down on that new contract. And everything you just said, V, is not a reason to want to leave, though. You don't just up and run away. Okay, if you wanted power control before you signed the contract, you should have said, look, I want full roster control. I want to be in a room. You could have made all those demands because right now you had him by the balls. You didn't say none of that. All you did was gave us fake tears.
He was
mad.
He
had a plan. He had a vision already. He knew he was going to leave, man. He knew
because of his agent. Half of this was his agent driven. Like Mooger, whatever we say his name, he's just a scumbag, just like he is. But he wanted to be Aaron Rodgers. But here's the thing: you're not Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is actually a top 5 quarterback. He's actually a top 3 quarterback. You're not. You haven't done. He's won a Super Bowl. Man, you blew a 24-0 lead. Like,
okay. Derek Carr. He lost Cooper and Mack. Did he burn off on the Raiders? No. He signed a team-friendly deal so they could keep on adding players. But
and actually he's low key balled the whole time with a sucky roster.
Yeah, man. But this guy, oh man, you traded my best friend. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah,
come on.
It wasn't that he just wanted it out, Yeah,
he wanted out.
And these guys who are fanboying over him seem to me like the guys who get cheated on and begged them to come back the day after, the 15 minutes after old girl was naked in dude's bed. Oh baby, I love you. Come back. Like, why, bro?
I can't live without you.
Right, bro. Like I was riding with him before all the allegations and stuff, even though he wanted to trade. I was like, well, man, I hope he moves on and has a better life. But then what he did to my city, I was like, man, you can go to hell for all I care. Like, you're a fucked up human being. Just straight up. Like you said.
Yeah.
Not even play it down on this contract.
Play it down on that contract, man.
Right. And
this guy done got 3 contracts in 5 years.
Man. Right. And 2 of them are one of the biggest deals in NFL history. Like, come on, man. Well, I was telling myself back ahead, I'm not gonna bring up this on Watson, but he's like word vomit. Every time
you can't get around it. You can't get around it. I mean,
he's this piece of trash that I hope he never plays another down in NFL. But he's gonna get it. But anyway, guys, next Saturday, Texan football. All last Sunday was out. Until February, we're gonna have Texan football on every Sunday. Oh, well, I hope February. I hope we make it that far, but I doubt it. But we got football. So, guys, excited. Brady, next week we'll talk about the game. Till then, Crenshaw, tell me where you can find you, pissing off these Washington fans.
Fifth Ward Crenshaw.
Yeah, make sure y'all follow that. B, where can we find your excellent spaces and your Texan knowledge?
So you can find me. So on Twitter, you can find me at Brown Chubby Bear. I either run or host. I either host or co-host a space, pretty much at least 4 times a week or so. I'm writing for Texans Fan Battle. There'll be a new article tomorrow out there. I was working on an article, and then so much news changed, I couldn't even post the article that I was working on between the 2 changes that happened. But there'll be a new article out there tomorrow. You'll see an older one out there, and then you'll have the updates for the camp and a few other things that I've been wanting to talk about.
And yeah, while his post has been dropped, this episode was dropped. You can find me at A1 Day One Texans. You can find the podcast at Texans Fan Battle everywhere. Make sure you subscribe, guys. We can't do it without you. And again, the episode will drop tomorrow. This has been great. I know Larry Stafford and all the Texan lovers are probably going to be crying in the car listening to this, but a big fuck you to you guys. I don't care. Till next week, y'all enjoy the football. Wrap.
Peace.
Peace. Let's go Texans.